Okay, well, thank you very much, Christina. I'll just start sharing my screen. So if you can let me know that you can. Perfect. So you can now hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay, well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining in today then. So this is just going to be a quick sort of half-hour talk through using HeyZine as multimedia books. So I'm Constance Henry, or Connie, and work at Gower College, Swansea. So as a little overview about what we're going to have a quick look at today, we're going to have a look at what multimedia books are, have a look at some of the different uses for books. Obviously, we'll focus on FE and how you can use them within the education sector, but also they can be used elsewhere. So we'll have a quick look just to see what you can use for those. I'll then pop into HeyZine, because that's the software that we're looking at today, and I'll show you some examples of things that I've done already. And then we'll go through with a quick demonstration of how you can create it then for that. So multimedia books in general are a digital form of books, and then they hold lots of different types of media within them. So they're really easy to be adding in things like text, images, you can add in audio, add in videos, links to different websites, and you can add in different interactive elements, which makes them a lot more engaging for learners and other people who are just viewing them. So it really is a nice alternative. So instead of just having the normal PDFs or handouts that are given out, you can have these, you can often just share them with a link or a QR code. So you can give them all that information, and it's just in a digital form then. So what's lovely with HeyZine is you've got them in a format which you can change to like books or magazines, and then also has very satisfying little noise turning of the page as well. So there's different ways in which we can do that, so it does really feel like you are using a book which is digital then. Another fantastic thing about them is they don't need to download anything. So you'll just be sharing out, as I said, with a link, with a QR code, embedding it into websites or Moodles, and they don't actually need to download anything. So all the information is there. They can then access the videos, the links, everything without downloading. So there's no software needed. Platforms like HeyZine, which we're looking at today, they have this really lovely feature. So whenever you're creating it, you create your PDF elsewhere. So it could be a PDF, it could be a PowerPoint, anything like that. And basically to save it, drag and drop it in, instantly it'll make you your book. And then you can go on and make it a bit more interactive by adding things like videos and stuff from that point. So as I said, we will focus on how you can use them within education and specifically like FE, HE, adult learning, but they do have a number of other features and uses for them as well. So education, which is what we'll mainly focus on, you can create interactive course books. You can use them for the students to be able to create their portfolio. They can add up their evidence, their images, they can write up about it. You can make revision guides or guides to go along with different units, so they can have links to different websites which will be useful, add in things like quizzes, videos, direct them where you want them to find the learning, and then they can use that as a little guide to help with any of the units that they're doing. Outside of education, you've got different things like marketing, so you can use them for digital brochures, client presentations, create catalogues with them, sending out updated information. Community projects, I'm on board for a charity and I do lots of community projects, and that's an amazing way of being able to talk about the different events that we're doing, be able to show the collaborative work, send it out to potential donators or other people, and talk about the different fundraising events that we're doing. So that is really useful. Also using it within the work environment for training and CPD. So if you want to be creating things like staff handbooks, any onboarding guides, tutorials. So if you've got new systems, you can put it together in a quick multimedia book. They can find out how to use them. If you want to put links to different policies that you've got. So there's lots of different ways of doing it there. Frequently asked questions. And again, it's all in one place. If you want to be using it to create a report or proposal, it's just a nice alternative to just doing a normal Word document or a PDF. Putting them in that way, then again, makes it easier to share. So in education then is we're using them as teachers, assessors, trainers. There's so many different ways in which we can use them ourselves then. So creating course guides, like I mentioned briefly earlier, so creating those handbooks, which has the videos and the links, reading lists, online resources, that can be a really useful tool to be able to go with learners. I've created books where we've got the criteria, what the criteria is. I've explained a little bit about actually what we're expecting from that criteria. You can use the different command verbs and explain to them what those mean. What are you looking for? Point them in the right direction. Upload your own materials. Induction packs. Again, I've created multimedia books for those. So whenever they start, they've got access to guides to show, explain about what essential skills are, what apprentice TIFE is, what they're going to be expected within the course. And you've got all that information all in one place then. If you're using it for tutorials, you can then use it for well-being, careers, study skills, and you can just add them all in. Again, you can just make it in your PDF format, so wherever it is that you're creating that and your information, and then just upload it to a digital book. Revision guides, again, I put in things like Microsoft form quizzes, so they can then go and check their knowledge as they're going through. You can use it to sort of explain how to do different sections, and then you can upload links to practice tasks, walkthrough guidance for them, and they can be really useful on that point then. If you wanted to put together a portfolio or student works, you can then use these books to be able to piece them all together and use that as a portfolio. It's not just for educators though. If we're looking at using it within FE, you can also show the students how they can use it, and then they can get really creative with the different things they're creating. So they can create the digital portfolios themselves. They can reflect on how they're learning. They can put in evidence for their assessment, images, videos that they've created, putting it all together. If they're working on a group project, they can add in lots of different media. They can work on these documents collaboratively as well, and then piece it all together. Any enterprise projects that they've got, maybe in business or Welsh Back, they can use that for going through creating like business plans or organising events, getting together promotional materials or anything like that then. Research journals, so they can piece together all of their findings and put them into one place, or even use them as reflective learning journals. So students can update them, look at feedback, can set targets, and then they can add in lots of different media then, like images, voice notes, video clips, and so forth. So why would we use them? Hopefully, as we've gone through and we've sort of seen how they can be used by educators and students, you'll be able to see that actually it's quite nice. There's nice different ways of how they can do it. It can be really engaging for learners, and you can adapt it for different levels. Then getting them to do it as well, it just adds on that little bit of creativity. So instead of creating Word document after Word document for assignments, actually they can develop their digital skills and be a little bit more creative about what they're creating and piecing it together. It does support blended and flipped learning, promoting independent learning and reflection. And then depending on different platforms you're using, you have got accessibility, so you can ask them to focus on different things there. They can zoom in, you can add in audio to go along with each of the pages as well. So there's a number of different reasons why you can use it then. But that's me talking. I'm sure you all want to come in and have a little look at how you can do it and examples then. So in here, this is the HeyZine dashboard where we've got on here. So you've got your different books that you've created here. You can use this down and have it in tiles, or you can have it in lists. You can choose to see it by views or date, however you'd like to have that then. So with this, you create a new flipbook. The new flipbook is basically just dragging and dropping a file. So if we do, for example, the one that we've created here. So I've created this in Canva. So whatever platform it is that you use that you want to be creating your PDF or your PowerPoint within it, that's fine. So you can just go on, you've got all the creative freedom. And that's what I really like about HeyZine as opposed to maybe some of the other ones that I use, like Book Creator. Love Book Creator as well for multimedia books. But this, being able to use HeyZine does give me that flexibility. So I've got all my creative things that I can use within Canva. and then just put it into a book. So I go into the share, and then I want to be able to download it as a PDF. And then once you download that, then you're able to go over to HeyZine and then go to your new flipbook and literally just drag and drop. So this won't take long, so I thought I'd show you in real time how quickly you can go through. So this is quite a short one. Obviously, if it was longer, had more information, it would be longer to go through. As you can see, this is exactly what we've created in Canva, and you can flick through the pages on here if you want to see it in full size, and you can see how you can zoom in, you can move around, and you can go through the pages that way. I don't know if you can hear the noise, but it does also have a little page flipping noise as well. What you'll also notice is here, it did highlight because I added these links to the pages. So if you are adding links in, or your links are within your PDF, whenever you've created that, those links will actually work within here as well. So if I linked it out to any particular web pages, which I did on this last page, that will highlight and it will take me out to where I want to go. So a lot of all the hard work really is done in advance, really. So once you've got this here, this is where you can play around with the different features within your book. So you've got the different styles. You've got to add a title. And then you can add your subtitles, you can add descriptions, and you can also choose. So if you have like here that it's got my title on the background, but I can also take that away. So it's just the background, depending on how you choose to do it. You also get to choose the different page effects. So at the moment, it's as a magazine, but you can see you've got some different options here. So if I say notebook, if we go to have a look here, then you'll be able to see it's rounded the corners a little bit, and it's made it a hardback book as opposed to a magazine there. They do have other ones like albums, which are all quite similar, but then they have other ones, things like sliders. So you can flick through them that way. Cards. So it flicks through one at a time. And so it's just nice to sort of see what kind of things that you can pop on them. You can turn off the page. So I know my daughter hates the page turning sound. So if you don't want that, you can always turn that off, and you can choose the options to read right to left or left to right. You can see that's the overflow then as well. You've also got the different backgrounds. So you can, this is where it's all pink around here. You can change the backgrounds to different patterns, colors, choosing what you've got here. You can search for different things if you want to search for particular pictures, or if you want to put in a particular color. And you can upload. So if you have got particular photo images you want to have in the background, you can apply those. Choosing specific colors, whichever you want, you can change them. And you can also change the style, so you can play around with the level of transparency or the blur. And if I had a picture, it would maybe show you a little bit easier. But anyway, so you can play around with those backgrounds. You can also add in your logo. So what I've done is I've drag and dropped the Gower College logo, and I've placed that down. I've chosen where I want it in the bottom right hand corner, but you can change around the size and the positioning of it. You can also add a link to it. So on mine, where I've got the logo, I've also added our website, which means that will automatically go out to our website then. You can add on different icons. And you can also say, right, okay, I'd like to open up in a new tab, or just have it open up and replace the flipbook. You have got downloads, which you can offer for people to be able to see. So if you want to give them the option to be able to download it, share it, print it, or flip to different pages, you've got complete control over what you want to do with that. The style, you can add in your different icons and features, and you can have a look at the navigation as well. So you can say where you want to have the next pages. So you've got these little icons here. You can choose where you'd want to have them and how to navigate through. You can add in a table of contents, but generally it works better if you create that within whatever it is you're creating your PDF in, and then add in the links to those different pages. For example, if I wanted to add a link into here, I can add the link or press Control K, and then this then shows you which pages you want to link it to within the document. And then you've added that link within there. You can upload some background audio, so if you do want some lovely relaxing music or whatever it is you'd like to, you can upload some audio and then it'll be saved within your library. I just haven't got any. Other settings that you have is you can password protect. So I don't tend to add this on, but you do have those options. So if you have got some more sensitive information, you can add one password which everyone uses, or you can have one password particular user. Turn it off. The replace PDF is only on the paid version. So I do pay for the paid version, but that gives me unlimited books. I can have 3 people on the account and it costs me £3 a month. So I use that. I do find that replace PDF very useful because if I find there's like more information I need to add, even if I've added on all the videos and things on this end, I can just update the original PDF and just replace it out. But you don't have to. There's plenty of stuff that you can do on the free version. You get 5 books for free. You've got unlimited pages. So there are plenty of things that you can do on the free version. If you want to be adding in more interactions, then you go into the edit mode and the interactions here. And if you click on the edit mode, this then gives you options of adding in things like links, images, videos, audio, or web pages then. So with this, if I wanted to add in a link, you click link, click and drag wherever it is you want on your page to be a link. You can choose if you want them to go to the page, and then you can choose them to go to a page within the book. So this is how you can create then a contents page within here, or it can go to a particular website link or Zoom or pop-up. So whichever it is that you'd like it to do. So if I want it to go to here, just so I've got a link, I can paste that in there and tell them, yes, I want it to open up in a new tab and I want to be able to highlight the action area. So whenever people turn on the page, it'll highlight it so they know that actually there is a link there. If I want to add in any images, click on image. Again, I would click where I want the image to be. You can go through and you can search. You can drag and drop items. So if I want to, I don't know, I can search if I want a picture, a sticker, a GIF, and search. And then I've got a search for Giphy. If I want to then have a look for stickers, again, I can search for those. So again, it just makes it a little bit more sort of engaging, really. I could add on to that, and now I've got that there. However, if I did want to upload my own images, I can certainly do that, and it'll be stored within my library. If you are using them afterwards, this will then become in your library. You can see the samples that I've done with people there. So you've now got that on there. If I click on the stop editing, you won't see the boxes around it. You will just see what you've got, and as you saw, that highlighted. If you want to be adding in things like videos, the videos won't come across. What I did is I added that as a link. But if I wanted to add a video, what I would do is leave a place or add a screenshot or something of the video that I wanted to place. So I would then be able to design the flip book around it then. So I want to come to here. I want to say I want to add a video. And then within here then, I would just go copy a link to a video that I want. from YouTube. Looks like a long video link. Oh, it's shortened up now. So that's the video that I want. You can have direct links, YouTube's, or upload the videos. And then now what you'll see is when we open up here, I've now got a video which will play within the book then. So it'd be the same for audio. You can't record directly into it. You will need to upload an audio, but then that will have a little audio button and you can add on your web links there as well. So once you've finished all this, you can click save and you've got your book to be able to send out. Sharing it out is really easy. So it'll give you a link that you can copy. You can send it out in an email and then they'll give you a little preview of it. So you'll have the image of the book, which they can link out with that. And if you copy the image with the link, send out an email, they click on the picture, they go out to the link then, your embed code. Again, it'll give you the image of your front page to be able to go through with that. You can also send it straight out to social media. So if you're doing it to LinkedIn or Facebook, wherever you want to pop it, you can send it out if you've connected your accounts with that. You can also download it, but it will then become a PDF. So things like your videos won't work, but you have got the downloadable version if you do need it offline. You can also create QR codes. So if you wanted to have things like around the classrooms with QR codes to like open up about more information, then you can certainly use those then and insert those into whatever posters or anything that you've created with that. If you want to go back to your dashboard, you've got that here. And then you can see some of the examples of ones that I've created. So you can go in, you've got the different settings, you can go into edit if you want to go back and edit it. You can preview it, you can share it from here and delete it, whatever you'd like to do. So if I just want to preview it, it'll bring it up in a little preview box. And then you can flick through the pages. You'll be able to see that it's highlighted where I have some links, and then it's got the information in there, and I can send it out within it then. I've also used it for lots of different things, newsletters, adding in things like videos. If I preview this, so I don't know if you've heard about Techtober, which is a collection of people from FE, HE throughout the UK who get together and they deliver webinars like this on different topics, and it's all free, everyone can access it. So I can pop the link in for this as well if you want, but this has then got all of the videos in here. You've got links to the particular people, their courses that they did, they've got the video recordings of them and so forth. So, you know, you have got those books. There is multimedia books in there as well, which I did, which has got HeyZine and Book Creator, just in case you wanted to look through that. But it's quite nice so you can house everything in one place instead of having a million different links everywhere. You can just have everything all in one place and it's sent out as a link. You don't have the massive storage problems and things like that. So it's it can be really useful on a number of different fronts. It does also tell you how many people have viewed it, which I love because I'm really nosy when it comes to those sorts of things. So yeah, you've got that analytics which go with it. But as it's so easy to send out, they really have been beneficial with this then. But I think I've come in under time. So I think we'll open it up if anybody's got any questions.